Josh here from Wrench Fetish. I figured I'd drop a little video just to show you what I just got. I would call it what's in the truck, but I already unloaded it and it wasn't necessarily in the truck. It might have been behind the truck. So let's just cut to the chase here. Was on eBay the other day and I was searching around for project vehicles, salvage cars, cheap stuff. And I found a guy that's about an hour and a half from my house and kind of emailed back and forth on a particular car that is kind of iconic for my generation of people. Unfortunately, this car will be probably cut up and donored out for something in better shape. But emailed the guy back and forth. We came across with a deal. The time frame was super tight. I left work like dead on time. I drove 30 minutes to my house, unloaded my truck, hooked up the tow dolly, and headed on out. And about, I don't know, hour and a half later, we arrived in the middle of a very hilly town in western New York and pull into this driveway, and there's two dudes sitting there drinking away, having a good old time, and cars everywhere. Like, this guy had dirt track racers, he had like a Charger sitting there, he had like bunch of weird Laguna Chevelles, 70 Chevelles, and pickup trucks and weird stuff. Parts of cars, motors sitting in the grass, and he's like, "Hey man, what's up? How you doing?" He's like, yeah, the car's back there by the tree line. I'm like, all right, cool. So I walked back there. Car was not what I expected. It was much more intact in the pictures, and I was kind of hemming and hawing. I really couldn't get under it because it was sitting in the grass. It's been outside for a long time, and I'm like, hey man, is this thing turn over or anything? And he's like, I don't have a battery in it. He's like, we had it running a couple years ago and it just kind of sat. They were going to donor it out and put it in another car, and they decided to sell that other car, and this thing just got pushed out back. So fired up tractor, we pulled it out, had one flat tire, which was pretty cool because it was only on the front, which is okay. The two rears held air. We pull it out, go to get it on the dolly. We kind of put the dolly on a hill and rolled the car down to it, overshot the dolly. Got stuck, had to get the tractor in a sling and pick the car up and then get it all winched down, and I had to go rock crawling through this guy's yard with my Ridgeline with this car in tow that has very little ground clearance. At that point, we went back and forth on price a little bit. We made a deal. I hit the road. Got some random directions that weren't very good. Super hilly, super hilly. So about 2 hours later, we get this thing home. It's dark. We just kind of parked it. So today I got out of work, pushed it up into the garage with the four-wheeler because it is not running yet. I was smart enough before I loaded it on the trailer, before we even pulled it out of the grass, grab a hold of the crank pulley and make sure it spins over. That's the first step to, like, you know, buying cars that don't run or you can't hear them run. At least make sure they turn over. I've had cars, you get them and, you know, you reach down there and grab that balancer and you can't turn it. It's, you know, it's seized up. The transmission shifts nice and smooth. So I kind of weighed it out, and the car has some stuff. I'm going to try to parts it out a little bit, and then the stuff I can use, I'm going to modify and adapt to put on something else. I'm not sure which car, and I'm not going to tell you which car it is, but we'll find out as we go. But let's get to the car. We know it's a car. It's what was behind the truck. And if you are a Italian stallion or a 90s kid, you remember these cars because your bigger brother had one, or you might have had one and trashed it like pretty quick. But actually, hell, if you're a millennial and you watch any footage from Cars and Coffee, you'll see these things take out crowds of people in a very flamboyant array of body parts and car parts. But I'm just gonna get right to it. Let's just see what it is. You ready? You ready? Yeah, for you, those of you that don't know, that's a Mustang GT. with a 5.0 HO and a 5-speed manual. Floors are super solid. I already gutted it just to see what I'm working with. It is a convertible, which sucks because they're heavy and they really don't. I don't need a convertible play car. I need something stiff that I'm not going to die in. So, haven't decided yet. I think this motor and tranny is going to go in something fun. I'm going to cut the clutch pedals out. Anything I can take out of the car, we're going to swap with it. Got home, realized then that it had no drive shaft, so I can't even start it up and do burnouts and donuts unless I go buy a drive shaft. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, it's kind of neat. I got it super cheap. I mean, it's banged up. It ain't worth much. Do you see this? Yeah. Yeah, super dated. That's like what people did back then. Big ass hood scoop. But yeah, stay tuned. Let's see what this thing turns into. If I can find a really cheap drive shaft, meaning free or barely free, we may get it running just to play with it. I might put some off-road tires and we go jump it or something before we cut it up. But stay posted. There'll be more from this car. And that's it. That's all I got today. Not much more wrenching going on. I'm going to start working on four-wheelers soon. I got blown up snowblower. I got to swap a motor on and some other small engine stuff. We might do a video of that stuff. I don't know. It's wrenchy. It's guy stuff, so we'll see. But for now, I'm going to go clean up my tools and go find something to eat. So I hope you all get out in the garage. Have a good night, and we'll catch you all later. See you.